Alright, so 11.8 is modeling data with polynomials. Eyes and ears. We have x is your given and your y's are given. Hopefully you guys had an opportunity to subtract that to find out what degree that is. And what degree did we get? 2 is right. So when you subtracted them out, we noticed that at the second line was negative 32. Remember, when you subtract them, you're literally just going 89 minus the 65 to get that number. Alright, now, hopefully all of you agree, if this is degree 2, that we have some number and then x squared plus some number and then x plus some number is equal to y. So we call this the general form, remember? So ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to y. What we have to do is if you are solving for, and what we are solving for is we want to find out what a is, what b is, and what c is. If you are solving for 3 variables, you need 3 systems. If you are solving for 2 variables, you need 2 systems. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to find our 3 sentences. So you literally just take your 1 and your 65 and you put it into the formula or into this equation. So anytime you have a degree 2 is going to be this. So we have here 1 squared, and I'm literally just going to go 1 squared so you guys can see it, plus b times my 1 plus c is equal to what? 65. I want you to do my next sentence with my 2 and 89.
The same thing?
Yep. Just put it into that equation. Yep. Just exactly, it's going to look just like that. So what do we have? We have a times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c is equal to 89. Now we need 3 of them, so we got to take the third point and do the same thing with that third point. No, you only need, we have 3 variables, so we need 3 things. So this is going to be our third one that we're going to use. I'm writing too big. All right, Casey, what do we got?
I had a to the third squared plus b to the third plus c equals 81.
Hopefully you had a3 squared plus b times 3 plus c is equal to 81. Alright, now I'm going to have to squeeze, but I'm going to, actually no, I'll just do it down here. What now I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the system. So 1 squared is 1, anything, so the top row is a plus b plus c is equal to 65.
Wait, aren't the ones still there though?
1 squared gives you 1. 1 times a is a.
Okay.
1 times b is b, c, and 65. So I want you to clean up the bottom 2 rows. Clean up the bottom 2 rows right underneath here. So right underneath you'll write 4a plus 2b plus c is equal to 89. And hopefully you got, what's the last row? 9a plus 3b plus c is equal to 81. Now, if you have a graphing calculator, remember that you can use your matrices, your coefficients of your matrices. So don't put your calculators out yet because I want you still to write it down. Remember, your coefficients are here. So this top row is 1, 1, 1. Next row is 4, 2, 1. Bottom is 9, 3, 1. And make sure you're going in the same exact order of your this. Remember, what do we have to have here? Does anybody remember? The inverse times the answers. So times 65, 89, 81. That equals, remember, this is going to equal our A, B, and C. Now take a moment and throw those into your graphing calculators. Yep. You can do the linear combination, and I'm going to show you linear combination after we're done with this. Yep. I'm going to show you both. But you definitely can use either linear combination or matrices. And if you know linear combination, you want to start, you can. But I am going to do them. With putting it in your calculator or with me? Linear combination. We're going to use linear combination in a second. I'm going to help you. There's a lot of you guys for that. I'm going to just let you people put it in their calculator. I will be doing that.
Actually, just came
All right. What, ladies and gentlemen, what did you get? Negative 16, 72, and 9. So that tells you that, remember, what you have to do is the last step of this is, you remember, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. You just have to put these in for a, b, and c. So your equation is y equals negative 16x squared plus 72x plus 9. Now if you would put that in your y equals, you could go back to your table and make sure that those numbers that you were given at the first place worked out, because that's how you would check it. Alright. Those of you that have this, anybody not have this one? Alright, so I'm going to rewrite this on my other paper, but because I have to do a trick, I'm going to actually write my paper, I'm going to turn my paper the long way. Because I think it'll be easier if you do, so I'd flip it over, and you only need 3 lines, so I guess it doesn't matter. So we have A plus B plus C is equal to 65. 4A plus 2B plus C is equal to 89. 9A plus 3B plus C is equal to 81. The cool thing about these, when you're doing linear combination, if you subtract, so what we're going to do is we're going to subtract these two, and we're going to get something. So we're going to, if you do not have your graphing calculator, this is how you have to do it. This is linear combination, but a neat thing that happens. So we have here 4A minus A is 3A, plus we have 2B minus B is B, C minus C is gone, and then we have 89 minus my 65 is 24. Casey, are you doing this with me? Okay. So we're going to subtract the bottom two now, and we're going to put it right there. So we have 9A minus 4A gives me 5A. 3b minus 2b is b. C minus c is gone. And then we have 81 minus my 89. It gives me -8. Then I have to subtract this. So I'm going to subtract here. We have 5a minus 3a is 2a. B's are gone, right? Because b minus b is gone. -8 minus my 24. What did you say? -8 minus my 24 is -32, right? Is that what we said?
Oh, that's a -22?
Because you're subtracting. So you go -8 minus 20, -32. And then we have to divide by 2. So A is -16. That is what they got when they did the matrices. Now we have to find out what B is. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into, but we're going to come back to this one and we're going to pick one of them. And I don't care, I didn't do it, so which one you want to top? Top or bottom? Top. So we have 3 times -16 plus B is equal to 24. So we have -48 plus B is equal to my 24. So 24, well, that must be plus 8 or plus 48 is 72. And now you just have to go and find out what C is. And here it says that A plus B plus C is 65. So A was -16. B we found to be 72 plus something is equal to 65. So I just plugged it into that top one. Plugged in A, B, and C. Get it? So we have 72 minus my 16 is 56 plus C is 65. So C is going to be 9. So now the only last thing is doing the exact same thing. Y equals A, which is -16x squared, plus B, which is 72x, plus C, which is 9. And that's my final answer. And that is the same as what they got on their matrices. All right, questions?
So after you subtract those two, like the 3 problems, after you subtract them, you just always go back to what's 3a plus b. Like those.
You do one of these two because you have to go to something that only has 2 variables.
You always go back to it.
So you always go back to the one before it, and then once you get these 2, then you go back to the originals. Yep. All right, questions. All right, so your assignment, remember, is your that packet, the review packet. I do expect you to have it done for Monday.